Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about camera settings, and specifically, I'm talking about the Logitech C920 or 922. As you can see, I'm already in OBS, and I've already added that video capture device. You can see it down here. If I click under Sources, under Video Capture Device, you can see that it's highlighted my frame, and that's my entire video frame that I'm capturing. I'm just going to turn that logo off just for a minute. And the way that you check your video camera settings is to select the video capture device, make sure that you have the red square around it, then click Properties. Then under Properties, you'll click Configure Video. And under the Configure Video tab, there's Configure Video, there's two tabs. And the first tab has brightness, contrast, saturation, all of these things that you can see. As a general rule, I recommend you leave all of these things the same. I would recommend, or as their defaults, the only thing I'd recommend you put on auto is the white balance. And I've played around a lot just trying to control the color myself, and I've come full circle to realize that the Logitech white balance on auto sort of gives you the best color. So that's one tab. The other tab, called Camera Control, gives you some other features of the camera that you need to have a look at. The first one is the zoom. So make sure you're zoomed all the way out. So bring that slider bar all the way to the left. For me, the focus also works best all the way to the left, and make sure that you've unchecked this button, the autofocus. That's probably one of the most important buttons for using the LightBoard, because the camera can't always figure out if it should be focusing on the glass or focusing on your face. So make sure you've unticked the autofocus. I also recommend keeping the auto ticked for the exposure. So just like I did for the white balance, let the Logitech camera sort of figure out the best exposure to use. And there's also another box down here called low light compensation. I'd also recommend that you keep that ticked. Hit apply, okay, and then come back here and hit okay. And now you've got video camera settings sort of as I use them anyway for the LightBoard. So I hope that's helpful. I know that should be helpful for any of the PC users. If you're a Mac user, when you click on the video capture device and then click on Properties, the Configure Video won't give you the same controls that the PC version of OBS gives you. And it's just a Mac thing. Mac likes to sort of keep control of its devices. So the way around that is to download a Logitech software. There's two that you can download. You can download something called Logitech Capture, or you can download Logitech G Hub, and either one of those software packages allows you to change those same settings that I described in the other software. Then you can close that software. When you come into OBS, it should keep those same settings. So if you're on a Mac, there is just a little bit more that you have to do to adjust those settings. Unfortunately, not all versions of Windows, not all computers seem to save those settings. So good practice in your sort of working with the LightBoard is, number one, start OBS. And then the first thing you should do when you start up OBS, you'll see yourself, and you'll see yourself like this. Just click on your video, click on Properties, click on Configure Video, and just double check that those settings haven't changed. And if they have, put them back to the way that you like them. So it can be a little bit of a pain, but if you sort of get in the habit of just checking it, I think that's good practice.